Hello students, this is your course on content marketing. In this video on developing a content strategy, we're going to talk about identifying a niche. So let's begin by understanding why niche identification is important. Identification of a topic niche within which the content marketing campaign will operate is the next critical step after defining goals. So, in the previous video, we talked about defining goals, clear objectives, which would be the guiding principles, which would be the reason that you will be designing your content marketing campaign. And therefore, everything that you will do within that campaign, everything that you will devise under your content marketing strategy would be guided by those goals. So once those goals are clear in your mind, the next important step is identifying the niche in which you want to operate. Niche is nothing but a specific area, a specific domain within which you can create content. Having a clear niche gives direction to all content research and production efforts and can be achieved by the simple 4C model, which I have proposed here. Now, this model is simplified or it's a broken down way of looking at how content strategy can work and how it can work in an effective manner. So, the four most important components or affecting parameters or factors that can impact how you identify your niche are your own competence, who your target customers are, and what do they want, your competition in your competitive market scenario, and of course, your content scope. So let's understand one by one what these parameters are or what the model is all about. So let's say you want to decide on the niche that is most suitable for your company, and within that topic niche, you want to create valuable quality content that you want to provide to your end customers for a foreseeable future, let's say not just for a year, for many years to come. So that means that you have to have some clear understanding, first of all, that what your own strengths are as a company and what are your products, what are your services, do you have any unique selling proposition that you can focus on, and are these products, services, company USPs, company uniqueness, and company strengths enough of a topic niche within which you can operate in. Once you start exploring your own strengths, once you start looking at your own competence, what you're good at, you understand that this is something that you will find very easy to talk about. This is something that you will find very natural while generating any kind of content, be it written, visual, or representational in the form of video, or even research based content. So you need to select a niche, obviously, wherein you are comfortable operating in. You don't have to educate yourself, because ultimately as a business, when you are using content marketing, you don't want to talk about alien things to your customers which are in no way linked to your product or your company or your service. So what matters first and foremost is what you are good at, what you're competent at, and what you can credibly talk about. So that is step one. The next step is looking at what your customers are, who are they, what is their profile, and what exactly is the kind of content that they are seeking or that they are consuming right now. It's possible that your customers are already consuming content of your competitors, or your customers are already consuming content of different other varied niches or in other varied domains or topic areas which are unrelated to your product, but that can give you an indication that what kind of content they like to consume and what kind of content motivates them to explore more about the company, go to the website of the company, and access various type of content available there on the website, and then ultimately become prospects, leads, as well as converted customers for the company. So, for that to happen, you need to do some market research. You need to find out, let's say, if your product is a mobile game, then you need to find out whether your customers, who may be youngsters in the age of 13 to, let's say, 25, and mostly male, then these customers, what kind of content they enjoy most? Do they like to read blogs about your product? Or do they like to see videos about your product? Do they like to join content forums and have discussions about how to best use your product? Do they attend podcasts and webinars? So, what is their best way of consuming information and content about your company and about your product? And to find that out, you need to ask customers, you need to observe their current consumption behavior and collect that data to clearly identify that whether the niche that you are thinking about in that particular niche, the customer is comfortable consuming certain kind of content or not. And if not, let's say your product is such wherein the customer is not at all interested in consuming any additional information. Let's say your company makes toothpaste, so obviously the customer is not really interested in knowing much about toothpaste. So writing about toothpaste in itself is an incorrect niche for your company. But it's possible that your customers are interested in finding the applications of toothpaste or application of dental care or gum care. Therefore, the niche which can suit you best could be these kind of areas wherein you are talking not about your product but about the overall benefits and challenges that are there in dental hygiene or dental care. So, just like your strength, just like your own competence tells you what kind of content you can create, your customers also give you a lot of insights. The next step is, or the next C, or next important factor is competition. Once you've identified what you're good at and what your customers need, you also need to see what exactly is it that your competition is doing. What kind of content are they publishing? Have they managed to identify a niche within which they have published quality content for a good amount of time? And do you see any scope of gap or any underlying missing area within which you can produce content? Do you also see some type of content which you can improve, which you can modify and then also publish? And is your competition actually taking care of a very specific micro niche or a broad niche? And can you also operate within the same niche without crowding the market? So, that is your next level of understanding. Then, lastly, you have to understand the content scope. That is, so the niche that you have identified, within that niche, how much original content can you create? Is there a scope of creating, let's say, about 100 blogs, 500 videos, or let's say 10 research papers or white papers, or 15 books, 20 books, ebooks in that particular niche? Or that niche is so specific, so limited that after publishing, let's say, 10, 20 blogs, you would run out of ideas and you wouldn't know what to make beyond 50 videos. And when is that going to happen? What is the long term appeal of this niche that you have selected? When in your content marketing strategy future do you see that you will run out of things to talk about with your customer, and you would need to explore new niches or you would need to diversify? So, given these four C's, you can very well come to terms with the broad area within which you can start producing content. That is why, once your goals are clear, what you want to do by your content marketing strategy, the next step is identifying the area in which you want to produce content, because it gives you a lot of further clarity that what you want to do, how you want to do, who you are doing it for, who you're competing with, and for how long you have to do what you're doing. So, keeping these four C's in mind, you can clearly come up with niche which can be of great at value addition to your content marketing strategy. Now we'll take a quick case into consideration here. For instance, this company called Nerd Fitness, when it started, they were focusing on specifically on health and fitness topics. The founder himself was struggling with his weight gain and weight management issues, and he wanted to basically write about it, things that he had tried and things that had worked, things that had not worked. And considering himself as a nerd, he thought that there would be fellow nerds out there that would want to know about his struggles and maybe empathize and maybe suggest something better. So what he started off was a blog wherein he used to talk about the right kind of nutrition, the right kind of workout schedule, routine, and lifestyle, which can actually help people who have a sedentary, nerdy kind of lifestyle to achieve better health. And that is the niche that this guy focused on, and that is the main appeal that the website was built around. Now today, after many years, the website has grown out of that particular niche and has identified some sub niches and connected niches within which the content is also published. As you can see here, the broad categories within which the website today operate is, they provide some free articles to their subscribers, to their members, even visitors. And then they have fun home workouts. Then this is especially true for the pandemic condition. Then they also offer private coaching, which is again something which they expanded into, diversified into. So within free articles, you get a glimpse of the sub niches and diversified niches which the company has explored over a period of time after running out of their original niche, which was health and nutrition and fitness for nerds. So today, if you see, they are talking about ultimate guide for performing lunges, do a proper dip. So there is a whole host of articles about different workout routines and different types of exercises and how can you do that best. Then a lot of content out there about eating right, losing weight. Then they have different types of diets which are also discussed. So the website is not really taking a particular stance for a particular type of website. They've kept it broad. So they're discussing paleo also, they're discussing keto also. And then there are transformation stories, again, a sub niche. The people who followed their advice and were able to achieve a weight loss, their stories are also published, which is a great way of involving your customers in your content campaign. Then they also have critical scientific information about nutrition and health management, like body fat percentage and whether intermittent fasting works or not. So what you see here is a good example of a company that identified a niche. Within that, they created a lot of broad topics to produce content on, and whatever latest happens, whatever trending thing happens, they have kept on including it into their topic niche, and that has kept their content campaign live and relevant and dynamic over a period of years. So that's about selection and identification of niche for your content marketing strategy. Next up, we'll discuss how you can decide target buyer segment and persona, which is critical to identifying the tone and the message that you're going to set for your content strategy. Until then, thank you.